What's good, family? King Drop at you. Got an exciting, bit of drop, man. Getting on that Columbus, getting on that indigenous. I mean, it's so important, man, just to kind of get these things fluid, man. It's like we've been brought up in so many paradigms that we got to just kick back, empty a cup, come and just try to listen and try to see what's going on. Because I've been, trying to bang a few of these ideas out for myself for a minute, you know what I mean? So I got a long way to go. I come to you for help. I come to you with a platform, to get the community involved in whatever we're doing. We have great networks, man, that we're about to start lassoing in everybody's talents, man, to be able to build something at our own frequency. 432 hertz, man, the frequency of Earth. This is our frequency. We regain it. Whatever you do, whatever you decide, whatever frequency you want to be in, get off the McDonald's. Get off that 440 hertz. That 440 hertz, deadly. You just got on it. So I'm not going to get into that right now, but that's what we enjoy bringing to the artists. And shout out to Tony Max. Shout out to, Bad News Greatest. We just dropped, Then right there on the homepage, check it out. Artist Lounge, Bad News Greatest. You'll be able to hear his joint, man, at 432 and 440. Tony Max, we dropped it right there on the homepage. Just click on drop tracks, that's going to pop up in the category. But before I get to that, man, Shabbat Shalom, man, to all my family out there, everybody just coming out of a beautiful, Sabbath. It's hard. It's hard to sort of, do something different, man. But, for me and my family personally, these last couple of years, keeping the Shabbat for us has been like, shutting it down. Just, choosing to shut it down. We're used to doing all the other things, getting up, going to church, doing this. And the Most High just clearly says, man, just remember me. Remember me. My name is I am. I exist. That's what you call me until I tell you to call me something else. Your covenant with me will be that you know I exist. And on this day, the seventh day of the week, shut it down. And remember our covenant, our relationship. Remember the goal. Communicate that energy to your family. You know what I mean? And just remember. That's what we're doing right now is remember. And it's not like new drop. The stuff I'm about to tell you, hopefully it sparks something in you. Because I want you to remember who you are. And everybody watching, I want you to remember who we are. But if you down with us, it's we. And this ain't to spark, no type of whatever controversy. It's because you deserve to know. You deserve to know that everything we're doing is fictitious. That we call each other these fictitious things. We're born with these fictitious names because they didn't give us our indigenous name. And I got to shout out, some, great brothers, man, dropping steady information, on YouTube or, whatever. First, I got to shout out the squad, man. Drop Squad, man, Rah, the great political might. D. Will, Silas, Nehemiah. We got the Drop Radio coming back to you real shortly, man. Enjoying the build up, man, to get our frequency A1. And until that, we're going to keep the website popping. And I'm coming to y'all live in the rec, right? Like I said I would. I made a promise. I said it's time. It's time. But yo, shout out like Tyrone Street, Of course, Lex Will. I always give Lex Will a shout out because he has so much pertinent information. You just go there and just take it and research. That's all you really got to do. When the brother tells you, hey, you're not spinning, research and see if you're spinning or not. You know what I'm saying? Just look at water and say, okay, if I pour water in a pan, is it going to, is it going to form into a ball? If I put it in centrifuge and start spinning it, will it do that? You know what I'm saying? Will water ever do anything but ever level out? Have I ever seen water do anything? So can I imagine myself being on a ball of water spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, hurling through space at 67,000 miles per hour in the Milky Way that they say is traveling at 2.5 million miles per hour, and you don't feel any of that? Your senses are turned off, right? Oh, because of gravity. That's their god of the Baal, the ball. But yo, Lex Will drop that on you. And all these other brothers will drop it on you, man. It's a lot of, dope cats, man, that I check in with all the time, man. Let Us Find the Truth. My man, it's a long comment. I'll get y'all later. You know what I'm saying? But just shout out to y'all. And then, yeah, right quick, man, let me shout out these artists, man. Tony Max out the ATL. Now, Tony Max has been getting down with the drop, man, from the beginning. I mean, back to like a couple years ago before we just had a little side up when we were just trying to feature music. And now it became this, whole thing for the community to be involved, man. So shout out to Tony Max, man, for, being a real street soldier. Tony Max, man, go support this brother, man. All the links are on the site. You can go to TonyMax.com. He's on that drop track, Say Less, Listen More. And come here and listen, man. Give it a listen. You got that side by side, 440 hertz and 432. 440 is what you hear on the radio. You know what I'm saying? And it's all love to our family. It's just a matter of understanding that vibration is everything. So how you connect to your fans, the energy that you connect to them in, should be as important as your lyrics or the beat or the tempo, your vibration, right? So we put it in 432 so you can give it a listen. And we always believe it sounds clear and the background vocals and everything sound great. You can see all my brother's links. Right quick, let me give a shout out, man. Some drop love, man, to my man Bad News Greatest. Cali, what's good? Who got the drop? Bad News Greatest got the drop. You know what I'm saying? He's dropping that new. And BYF, bring your friend. Nah, just a nice cold slap, man. Sorry, I got my batteries done. But anyway, yeah, great artwork on that king. That's the king right there, Bad News. And you'll see the join up in 440 and 432. You can compare it, enjoy. There's some links to check out the king. And artists, get on that promo wheel, man. We've got some great packages on the site just to keep featuring what y'all do, man. Spin packages. And we got the chat room up, so get busy. That's the drop artists. That's what we say they got the drop. You know what I'm saying? These are artists that, I enjoy personally. You know what I'm saying? So to me, they got the drop. To me, they got something that I like, and I think you'll get something out of it, hopefully. But let's get to this drop, man. We got a couple minutes. I don't want to make this too long. I'm very long-winded. Once I get to flowing, once I get to rolling, and all that. All right. All right, this joint, I'm going to leave the link. All right. And this is coming from, documents. I'm just bringing you documents that you can look into yourself. This particular one has to do with Columbus or Cristobal Colon, all that whole story. And if you never heard anything about that, just know that everything they told you was a lie. His ending days were in prison in Spain for the hundreds of millions that he slaughtered once they really had to come to grips with what he did, and to our brothers and sisters in Haiti, and we are them, what he did throughout Trinidad, throughout all the islands before ending up, you know what I'm saying, at the mainland, which is South America, and into Tenochtitlan in Mexico. And I meant to bring you a book, another source that I want to read to you. But let's get to this. This particular bit of drop comes from some documents that's preserved in the Biblioteca Colombina in Sevilla. I believe that's Spain. So if you want to look it up, that's where it would be. I'll leave the link to the PDF. Biblioteca Colombina in Sevilla. All right. All right. Turn this down. So check it. I'm just going to get to it on you like that. So this is from Columbus. These are his words, as well as, whoever's his posse is and all that kind of stuff. And we're trying to say, okay, why? What's the real reason? If we've been lied to, drop, what's the reason? All right? What's the reason? Why did Columbus come to America? Some people say, oh, he came to find some land for his people and to rescue his people. Who? Oh, he was a Jew, so he was finding new land for the Jews. Why did he come to America? And we're going to tie this together with the Dumb Diverses, 1452. And again, shout out to Lex Will for kicking that drop. It is what it is. Great source. Check him out. Now, among the earliest and most fascinating witnesses to the latter is a manuscript of 84 folios or pages dated back between September 13, 1501 and March 23rd, 1502, and now preserved in the Biblioteca Colombina in Sevilla. It begins, "This is the beginning of the book or collections of octoctorates, whatever that is, octoctorates, I can't say the word. Look it up, octoctorates. I think that just means authorities. Sayings, opinions. Okay, so authoritative sayings and opinions, and prophecies concerning the need to recover." Now, let's back it up. I know we got off with the octoctorates. Octoctorates. That's my best guess at that word. I'm not a genius. Let's get off. But so I'm gonna back it up. But this is for real. So why did Columbus come to America? This is what is in the writings, Columbus's writings, in the Biblioteca Colombina in Sevilla. This is the beginning of the book or collection of octoctorates. I like that. Sayings, opinions, and prophecies concerning the need, listen, concerning the need to recover the holy city and Mount Zion. Just in case y'all thought, maybe we bugging with the holy city. You know what I'm saying? And Mount Zion. I can read it again for you. This is the beginning of the book or collection of octoctorates, sayings, opinions, and prophecies concerning the need to recover the holy city and Mount Zion, and the discovery and conversion of the islands of the Indies and of all peoples and nations, for Ferdinand and Isabella, our Spanish rulers. Columbus came here to seize Jerusalem. You know, that place that some people say don't exist, and everything in the Bible don't exist, and that all came from some white man or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? When you research the Hebrew, the Paleo, you got to give that to somebody, right? So when it goes back to that in that Torah, and when we go back to being where we're at in the North Country in Jeremiah, and we understand that they came here to do what? To do what? Concerning the need to recover the holy city. And Mount Zion is here. This is for America. This ain't talking about going to the Middle East. He said he came here to get the holy city. He came here to find Jerusalem. And Mount Zion, he wanted to recover that for his own guap, his own people. He wanted some riches, he wanted some gold, which he never really got. We were his gold. We became his riches. He found us here, and then he took us off to Europe, and took us off to Africa, and took us off to Australia. Everywhere got us. Everywhere in between got us. We were, we know, you know what I'm saying, where this good resource is. We got the resource, hanging in bay, milking in boxes. You know what I'm saying? We were that. I gotta, make it dramatic because it makes you tear up. You know what I'm saying? You literally start crying when you understand the savagery of what really went down. He found here, he started slaughtering all our people, looking for the holy city. Where is Jerusalem or Perusalem? The mainland. Now, if you think I'm crazy, baby, I'm not saying I'm not, and I'm not saying I'm right. We're just pontificating. Remember, this is the Drop Radio. This ain't no religious thing. I'm just breaking down Columbus facts, and if you're interested, cool. If you ain't, you can get with it, or you can't get left on. I already told you about that. Now check this part out right here, and we're going to jump into something else. Now, okay. Reverend and very devoted Father, when I came here to Granada, where's Granada? Look at your map. The Americas. When I came here to Granada, I began to collect in a book excerpts from authoritative sources that seemed to me to refer to Jerusalem. And I planned to review them later and to arrange them appropriately. Then I became involved in my other activities, which were slaughter, kidnap, murder, rape. That's why he went to jail in Spain. It was so many. I mean, you know, I got the book inside, man. I think that's the Africans and African American joint with Jack Forbes. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm saying that right. Also, the American Holocaust joint, which is a great book. They break down the stats at that time that they estimate that the world population, when we talk about Hurricane Columbus, man, this is the world population at the time that Columbus got here was dang near 400 million, according to them. In which 80 million, they said, was already here in the Americas. Who they? Who these 80 million? Who these people lingering around here, acting like they lost and don't know where they came from, thinking that there's only one destination for this dark race of people that coexist and go back to this one body of earth when the earth was still connected and still is. Chakras, spinal cord, one body, but we divided into Africa, America. Just because it looks like it's divided don't mean it's divided. So stop dividing yourselves and be indigenous, and then know who your daddy is and know who your creator is and what frequency you're on. I'll read it again. Reverend and very devoted Father, when I came here to Granada, I began to collect in a book excerpts from authoritative sources that seemed to me to refer to Jerusalem. He collected all that right here. And that became his wild goose chase. And in his later days, he, so-called got very religious and very spiritual and even saw himself as fulfilling, a part of prophecy, which he, broke down the barriers of the water to find his new land. And he also fulfilled Deuteronomy 28. All right? So this is happening. This is 1501. If you think I'm tripping, if you think this Columbus thing is just whatever, when he says that, this is the book concerning the prophecies and the need to recover the holy city of Mount Zion, let's just, rewind that about 50 years to 1452 with the papal bull, the Dum Diversus. You got to look at the papal bull because the Pope gives the authority to the rest of the kings. You about to find that out, man. Suit up. But you don't even know who you are, so you don't know what you're fighting, so you are drinking the wine. The wine. So what is the Dum Diversus? What is the papal bull? One of the most important papal bulls ever written and has never been retracted, which lets you know it's real and still is in effect today. He says, this is what the Pope granted to the King of Portugal and Spain. We grant you, kings of Spain and Portugal, by these present documents, with our apostolic authority, full and free permission to invade, search out, capture, and subjugate the Saracens and pagans. Who are the Saracens? That means black people. We're pagans to them because we didn't worship what they were bringing to our land. It was foreign to, it was a foreign God. They came to us, to our land, here, with the New Testament and a cross. You don't find evidence of that here before them. That has to click somewhere in you. That doesn't mean anything about there not being a Hamashiach and all that kind of stuff. I'm saying they packaged it and they gave it to you. And we still rock with their package of it. And that true Hamashiach, we're not even connected to, because that's direct to the Creator. That's direct. But I'm not going to get into the Paul's writings and Josephus and the Piso family and all that kind of stuff. And how we were the firstborn and then suddenly we're not. You understand? There's a hijacking going on. The world gets back in order when you are in order. It's in chaos when Jerusalem is in chaos. Perusalem, South America. Peru. coast to coast, the navel of the earth. Look, man, it's all here. You from here, and it's word to my brothers that's everywhere. My indigenous family everywhere is love. Please help us figure out again and wake up on our native soil. Don't work against us and say, but Africa, but Africa, but Africa, but Africa. Remember, we used to be connected to Africa, and a lot of us was right here. My family was right here in Louisiana. Wow, the damn land was still connected. You understand? So stop separating the land. Go back to the origin, because it's going to come back and be one thing. It's going to be one thing. Either you with it or you ain't with it. I'm just kicking off some things, some stuff. What the Pope say in 1452, specifically to the King of Spain and Portugal? We grant you kings of Spain and Portugal by these present documents with our apostolic authority. I'm having all kind of, look, I'm not the best reader, but whatever, man. You know what I'm saying. Authority, full and free permission to invade, search out, capture, subjugate the Saracens and pagans, us. We call them pagans. They're an abomination to us. We're an abomination to them. That's why we've been exterminated. And that's why we're just a remnant of indigenous. We have to wake up. It's not an insult to nobody to know who we are. Why is it that once we reclaim a title, everybody gets pissed off and listen like we're crazy? You gotta be crazy. But all these other fictitious names, Africa is a fictitious name. That's a land of nations and tribes and clans. So is America. India? Who called it India? Did the native people call that land? So we're dealing with fictitious titles. When I was born, my parents gave me a title with a slave name attached to it. It's a fictitious title because they didn't give me my indigenous name because they didn't know it. We grant you kings of Spain and Portugal by these present documents with our apostolic authority. Apostolic authority. Y'all, I hear you, apostolic authority. It's two words I don't like. Authority and full and free permission to invade, search out, capture, and subjugate the Saracens and pagans and any other unbelievers and enemies of Christ. Right? This is their package, their version, their Greco, Christos, Crustus, Serapis, You understand? Caesar. Alright? Christ means anointed, but it's in Greek, right? So it's anointed of the Greeks. HaMashiach, it's anointed of the Hebrews, whatever you want to, call that particular bloodline. They didn't call themselves Hebrews, of course, right? So again, I'm trying to drop the fictitious stuff. We're learning, we're building. We're dropping the titles. We're dropping this division of the earth. Coming back and being indigenous and respecting each other's tribes, whether they're over here or over there. We're dark races, rocking the whole joint indigenously, but we got to respect each other. Once you respect where I'm standing, then I can say, hey, my melanated brother, I respect where you stand. But don't act like it's some void because nobody's jumping over the hundreds and thousands of millions of years of history here to just connect all the way to across the ocean or to connect to any land that is not our inheritance. It's not about everybody being from Africa. To us that understand the concrete value of our lineage, it's about our inheritance. I believe, and what I'm sharing with you is that we are in that land, the promised land. This is the land of what they would call Shem. This is that neutral territory that is the land of these particular melanated people here as an inheritance based on what we're connecting in our lineage. And that's, anybody can rock that. Left and right, I'm not, hey, I'm just dropping it with a damn ring. I'm just telling you what it is, man. El King. So he says, we're going to subjugate the Saracens, the pagans, and any other unbelievers and enemies of Christ, wherever they may be, as well as their kingdoms, duchies, counties, principalities, and other property, and to reduce their persons into perpetual servitude. That's a lot. I know some of y'all probably never read that, and hope those that have read that, we're able to continue to keep reading that and to connect that, to what we're doing right now. Excuse me. It is freaking cold, and I'm sorry. I'm not going to get sick again, I promise. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just read this from the Columbus Biblioteca Columbia in Sevilla, from Columbus. This is the beginning of the book or collection of authoritates, sayings, opinions, and prophecies concerning the need to recover the holy city here and Mount Zion here, and the discovery and conversion of the islands here, of the Indies, do I need to keep saying that? And of all peoples and nations, for Ferdinand and Isabella, our Spanish rulers. Alright? You feel me? You feel me? Dumb Diverses, 1452, about 50 years prior, a decree goes out from the Pope saying, hey, by the way, King of Spain and Portugal, before you make a move, let me grant you, by these present documents, this right here, our apostolic authority, got it, whew, full and free permission to invade, search out, capture, and subjugate the Saracens and pagans. I'm a pagan to them, they're a pagan to me. We have two different creators. We have two different creators. I worship that which created me. I worship that which created the energy, the original vibration. They worship Christos, Zeus, Jupiter, Saturn, Satan. I'm not going to go there. You get it. Somebody gets it. So I give them this apostolic authority, full and free permission to invade, search out, capture, subjugate the Saracens and pagans and any other unbelievers and enemies of Christ, wherever they may be, as well as their kingdoms, which lets you know we was balling temples, kingdoms. Take the kingdoms. They act like you didn't have nothing. That let you know that it's more than them taking you. Like, why would they tell us a lie so big without proof of slave ships and millions of people that you're transplanting from the old world to the new world? You're going to just uplift a whole race of people and drop them like you just got that much power, that much drop? No, y'all took a few thousand of us here and there. Maybe tens of thousands, maybe. But come on, man. We waking up. Nobody gets shook, but we waking up. Everybody got to be looking at us like, they still don't know that they're the indigenous people of America? How are they not connecting this? Then we connect everything else, right? But we're falling back. We're trying to, put this thing together. We had kingdoms. Kingdoms. When they saw Montezuma's gold, when he showed that to the Cortez or, Castillo, these people said, these Spaniards said, all the wealth of the world is right here in this room. And they came from Africa. They came from the old world. And that's in their ledgers. All the wealth of the world is here. God damn, y'all niggas been balling. They flipped out. They said they had to convince their soldiers that they weren't dreaming. All the freshwater oceans and, island palaces. So they said, look, we're going to subjugate them, these enemies of Christ, because they're not accepting this cross and this new covenant, because we understand the new covenant's coming. We're not saying, that's the New Testament, that's the new covenant, so we got to go this way now. I mean, we understand that we can, we can still, see, I don't throw out the babies with the bathwater. I'm not saying, some people will throw out the whole New Testament, all that kind of stuff. I still dig in, because I believe they're still feeding off of some babies in there. So I believe, that we have that Hamashiach, but I do also believe personally that we are that to this planet, to this plane, this flat plane of ours. You ain't spinning. We are the saviors to this plane. Once we wake up, everything comes back to life. The earth is rejuvenated. When we're asleep, we're not in order, everything's in disarray. I'm just sharing some personal stuff, giving y'all some love, man. Shabbat shalom. And yeah, man, enemies of Christ, where they may be, as well as their kingdoms, duches. Who has duches? Counties? Principalities? That's their energy. You gave them, this gives them the right to take away the energy, the principality. The energy, man. They hijacked your whole frequency. They gave you, here, take this Babylonian cross. Take this version of Christos. Take this image. You don't got to rock with your creator. Those old laws are done. This is the new covenant. Nah. Ooh. I need some verification. And it can't always go back to the Greek. So that's love, man. Y'all check it out. I'm going to leave. Let me just finish that. Duchess counties, principalities, and other property. Property. That's what you got to remember. They took your shit. They took all your shit, all your shiny things. You know how much property they took? The government right now is holding about 770 million acres. 770 million acres of indigenous land. Just got it. They were giving away acres, like letting families come over from wherever you're, 50 acres for free, and the tools to till your land, just to be on these indigenous lands to fill them up some more, to get these people off. This is fact. And if it pisses you off, it should. And if you think I'm lying, you a fool. You do the research and you figure this out, man. I ain't got time to argue with nobody. But it says other property and to reduce their persons into perpetual servitude. You're still serving, because when he granted these kings permission to put you in perpetual servitude, that means forever. 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 You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Sandlot, Brandon Adams, all big homies in LA. Love y'all, man. This is King Drop, L.Y. King. Get with it. Keep checking out the site 432thedrop.com. Subscribe, man, if you want to, whatever. Do you. Love you, though, regardless, man. And, you know what I'm saying? Stay up, suit up, choose up, all day. Swag frequency.